Previously on New Crits on the Block.
You blow it up, and plume of smoke and fire goes raising from the ground as parts of like the earth go and crush in some buildings around the area.
I have a feeling we're going to find a lot of these. I think he's rigged this place to blow.
Who?
My brother.
What if we can stall enough to get all the people out and you stage a throne debate?
The cloak on top of the airship slowly starts to lift up, and the first thing you see is just rows of cannons.
So what are the contents of this peace treaty exactly?
Come with me. I'll show you everything. Borel, you are in front of your brother, who just told you that he will explain everything to you and to follow him as he walks up the rest of the stairway up to the deck.
All right, I'm just going to turn and look at my group,
Okay.
and then just, kind of catch their eye, and then I'm going to turn and follow him.
Okay. You start to walk up. What are the rest of you doing while he does that?
What do we do while he does that?
I don't know, Ian. What do you think?
I'm gone.
Yeah, Evan's gone.
We just hear.
Give me. Actually, you would notice this. Philippa is gone as well.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Where'd she go?
I don't know.
One time we care where she's at.
I BT Awen and ask him if Philippa's with him.
You turn around, Ewan, and Philippa is like sneaking behind you.
Where's Philippa? And I'm going to look at Philippa, like say it out loud to her, like.
She just puts her hand up to her lips and says, and like shakes her head no.
I don't know. I thought she was with you.
No, you vanished and so did she, so I thought she went with you.
Why? I don't like taking people with me. I vanished by myself.
That's like my confusion.
Yeah, I tried to go and you said no, and you take Philippa instead?
I know. I have important work to do. I don't know. Go. It's fine. I'm sure she's fine. She can take care of herself.
Oh, okay.
Start a dance competition.
No, actually,
Bring the ship full circle.
Okay.
Bring this shit.
Well, I actually do have an idea. What I proceed to do is I walk around and like kind of mingle with all the rich snobby people, and I just kind of like try to sow the seeds of discontent, which would be like for a peace treaty on a battleship. I mean, look at those cannons. What are they trying to say?
How much money do you think they went way over budget on this?
Yeah, how much taxes are they paying in order to build this? And where did that money all come from?
We have those 3 potholes they should have fixed before building this.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're up to.
Can I get a persuasion check from both of you?
I'm feeling classy. Let's see. This is the one.
Oh no.
How'd you do, Kirsty?
I got a 13.
Okay, that's not too bad.
No, Catan did well. Catan got
I don't know a lot about city planning. So.
Yeah.
17 plus 8, so 25.
25. Okay, Katan, you're getting. I didn't think you were gonna actually seed anything. I thought you were just gonna kind of go over there and like people are gonna hate you. You're actually doing a pretty good job. People are like, yeah, it is kind of weird to sign a peace treaty on a warship. Now that you mentioned that,
Yeah, a lot of cannons for a peace treaty. Like, come on, what are they trying?
It's literally gunboat diplomacy. I don't know if you know what that is. That's a real thing.
Yeah. And like the very first thing they did, like, hi, welcome, look at all my tools of death. Anyway, sign this. Come on.
yes, you guys are doing that.
Doing that. And I'm saying things wrong just a little bit, though. Like, I'm like, and they pulled all the weeds. Can you believe it? Because I like the weeds to be there, but I think they won't want that. And they're like, wait, yeah, yes, no. And then you come in and say actual good things.
Yes. I help her a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, and the vanishing of all the water.
Yeah, that's really bad, too.
Yeah, that is bad. And no, they have not brought that up at all.
Yeah, which kind of a critical point.
Rubble.
Always degraded into rubbles. Awen, you are sneaking around. Can I get? I know it's gonna be crazy high. Can I get a stealth check from you?
Yeah, and this affects Philippa if she's
Yeah.
behind me as
Okay.
well.
Yeah, it's like a radius thing.
Yeah. 31, 11 plus 10 plus 10.
God.
Okay, what did she get on it?
Plus 10.
Plus 10. Okay, so she got a 26.
Okay.
All right.
So after I cover for her,
Yeah.
I'm going to say, Unky Awin's got you, babe. What are you doing here?
Well, I didn't want to just stand around, and it always seems like you're doing cool shit.
Oh, well.
So I figured I'd tag along, because I just didn't want to be over there. I'll be honest.
Fair enough. Okay.
So what's the game plan?
Game plan. Right. Well, this is honestly one of the reasons I don't like people coming with me because I sort of just, wing it.
I'm down with that. I was thinking if we find something that like is a motor or some shit, freeze the fuck out of it.
That is pretty much what I was.
Or
okay,
jam something in it.
Yes. Just, make it not go.
I think that's the best plan.
Right. I'm headed towards the engines that we saw outside. That's what I was going to see if I can mess with.
Okay. I can either go with you or I can try to look inside and see if there's anything. Maybe even go stop the weapons. I could freeze those bad boys.
That's actually not a bad idea. Can you do that? How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's going to be sick as shit.
That's the right attitude. All right. Let me know if you get into trouble.
Philip has been hanging out with Emmy.
Let me know if you get into trouble.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Well.
Let me know if you can't. Let me know if you get into trouble you can't get out of.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, good luck, I guess.
You too. We'll
And,
meet back up at the parlor.
Yeah. That works.
Awesome.
Okay. Bye. And she just
See ya.
kind of sneaks off into her own direction. Awen,
Mm-hmm.
can I get an investigation check?
Ooh, investigation. Okay. 8 plus. I don't think it's high. I don't even think it might be a 0. Yep, 0. So 8.
Okay.
What am I investigating?
As you are making your way to the rudders, because there's not really most of the guards and stuff like that were inside. You see a few patrols, but with your 31, you can just kind of walk past them.
I just try to circumvent their their
so
patrol.
you pop out one of the windows and kind of like scale the side of the warship to get out to one of these blades. And as you get over to them, you kind of see if there's any easy way for you to like stop them. But with an investigation 8, you kind of are just like, I think the best way is to get something into the blade.
Yeah.
So what's your attack plan here?
I am going to try to break off one of the propellers.
Oh,
And
Oh yeah, historically these strength checks of yours to break things have really worked out well.
and jam it in there.
okay. Yeah. How are you trying to break it?
How am I trying to break it?
A karate kick.
No, I'm going to attach the grappling hook to it
Okay.
and climb back inside to create like a pulley so that I can have more leverage for it.
Okay.
And so I can give myself a little more leverage on the pull of the brake rather than just me trying to strong arm it because that's not going
Okay.
to work. So I'm trying to work smarter, not harder.
do athletics, and I'll say you have advantage.
Okay. 17 plus 5, 22.
22. Okay, yeah. So you pull on it as the rudder starts to bend, and it gets to almost to the point to where it snaps, and then you hear a loud like pop sound, and you do hear some guards starting to rush towards kind of your location, just towards the window so they can see what's going on. Are you trying to get back out there? Are you going to try to hide again for a second? What's
Yeah,
your...
I'm just hiding. I'm just going to hide for because we're still on the ground, correct?
Yes, you guys have not taken off yet.
Yeah. So how far? I mean, can I just drop down?
Yeah, you could drop down. I mean, it's about a ship size, so it's probably like 30 feet off the ground, if not a little bit more.
Okay. Well, I think I'd scale down a little bit.
Yeah.
And just get under the ship, whether that's scaling down or dropping down, either one of those two.
Yeah, I
things.
mean, you already had your like pulley system set up, so I could just imagine you kind of like
went down with
just
it.
just kind of went down with that.
I rappelled down.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. You kind of hop back down to ground level. as you kind of see like some of the heads pop out and look around you, look around the area, and they notice you could hear someone like, "Hey, that rudder's broken," and then you hear them all running around and let's get the engineers. We got to get this fixed now. And you hear all that, and you are now off the ship.
Okay.
And let's hop over to Borel, who is at the top of the deck with your brother as he is kind of staring off the deck as he turns back around to you. So, what have you been up to, Borel?
What have I been up to? What is all this? Look at our city. What are you doing?
I am doing what our father should have done.
Should have done. Okay. What should he have done?
Do you know where our city was, like what it was built upon, Borel?
Do I? I don't know.
You probably wouldn't have, no.
Okay.
Like you can make a history check if you want. Yeah.
That's a 29.
29. Yeah, so you would know actually.
You fucking know everything.
It is on top of like Dragon's burial ground. Like the last dragons that were known were killed where Inrail like got built.
Of course I know. What does that have to do with anything?
Well, our family used to be dragon riders.
Sick.
And I'm bringing our family our glory back. Our father let our city die slowly.
Die? Have you seen it out there? Have you been outside the castle at all?
Yes, I have.
The city is dying currently.
Well, there was sacrifices that had to be made to. I needed to.
The lower dregs of society, right?
Be all of society in order to rebuild and what we once had. First, we have to restart. You've noticed the runes around the city, I assume.
Yeah. Notice those.
Well, they're not just made to explode, as you could tell. They're also meant to suck in the life force of the nearby areas, which is why it turned from a luscious Greenland to now a desert. I am trying to resurrect these dragons.
So, I'm sorry, outside of this conversation.
Yes.
So,
sidebar?
What was... Yeah, sidebar. I guess... Is what he is saying true that I might have been blind to? Or is this just him being power hungry? I mean, I guess I don't know about the state of the union at the time that I left. I guess I just don't have a sense of that.
It's 80% power hungry, 20% like wanting to actually have his family name back to the previous glory. And it wasn't great. Like you guys had essentially like been part of the Great War and lost a lot. Humans had kind of like been slowly cutting off all elves and pushing them back, i.e. like with Awen and his hometown, and you guys had been kind of pushed into this corner. So he's trying to like kind of bring back the previous glory of the Inranel name and the even winds.
Okay. Previous glory. We weren't even alive back then. You have no idea what you're talking about. Do you know how chaotic it was back then? Like, oh yeah, sure. I mean, yes, we were powerful and whatnot, but how chaotic was it? Look, yes, we have been pushed to, I will give you that we have seceded too much land, too much influence, but maybe it's time to just start reaching out and showing people. We've become so insular that we've forgotten how to interact with people. We need to get out there and show people in a peaceful way, because we have not done that. You went right to violence.
You're not wrong. But I tried that before, Borel. When I first took power.
When you first took power? No, I vaguely remember that. There was a reason why our father pushed me through a portal. Because he was scared. He was scared of you. Now, was he scared of the peace or the peaceable way you were going to go about this? Or was he scared that you were power hungry? And that's what this is about. What? Because I was in line for the throne? I never wanted it anyway.
Borel, I am just trying to do what's best for the family.
For you. Let's just be honest.
Fine, Borel. Yes. I want to be on top, just like most people do. I want to be the one that has the power, that tells other people what to do, that is not led around like a sheep.
Okay.
And to do that, some sacrifices had to be made.
Other sacrifices, not yours. You're not going to sacrifice anything, right?
I'm sacrificing my people.
How convenient.
And my pride
and your soul.
He kind of like looks a little shocked when he turns. Yeah. Well, not my soul. Other souls.
Whose souls?
Why? The people I killed, of course.
The people you killed.
Yes,
what are you talking
to resurrect as many dragons as I hope we can, Borel. I needed a vast amount of energy.
How?
So not only did I...
What have you done?
Well...
How many people?
And you see him kind of start to smile. Hundreds. Maybe close to 1,000.
Okay, and how many dragons do you have now?
Well, just the one right now. But if things go according to our plan, I will bring about the Age of Fire once again. And Borel, you can be a part of it.
Oh.
You can be by my side. Brothers. And we will take back the world.
I'm going to like walk away for a second and then turn around and say, I can be part of this, but not in the way that you're going about it. What you're doing, you need to stop now, and I will help you build a better empire in a peaceful way by taking our culture, by taking our work, by getting our name out there and selling our society to the world.
Make a persuasion check. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up there.
That's the second time you missed your dice tray.
That's a 9 total.
9 total. You see him kind of shake his head and kind of put his palm on his forehead.
But
you cannot see it.
See it? I just walked through the city. I can see it.
Borel,
there's no more seeing.
You're blinded just as father was. You only see the micro. You can't see the bigger picture here. What I'm trying to do, what Kerrigan is trying to do. We are going to make the world great.
Kerrigan sold you a false image of what is going to be. What you're trying to do is not going to end up how you think it is. You are going to have no control. You are a puppet to them. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you understand what Kerrigan's doing, who he's associating with?
I know that he is has very high power behind him. I don't know what.
Where do you? Oh, you didn't think to like
Well,
maybe ask that question?
He is the Lord of Fire. What?
How? How is he the Lord of Fire?
Has you not seen him? How
Yes.
powerful he is.
Yes.
Borel. He has granted me so much. And if you just listen to his words, Borel, I promise you.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will listen to his words.
And all
He is associating.
you just need to help
with the-
me with this peach. You have them sign. You know it's futile. They'll all, if they disagree to it, they'll all burn.
and you don't, and your people. So you're mad at the world. You want to burn our people. Do you understand that? Do you understand that false equivalence, that false economy? You are going to kill our people because you're mad at them.
Yes, I see that this was a mistake. I thought I could
No, no.
convince you, brother.
No. Yes, you know what? Yes, it was a mistake. You made the mistake to begin with. Not by talking to me. You made the mistake.
So,
And good luck with your soul or whatever.
quite a shame. Well, I don't believe either of us are going to convince one another. So we will have to sit at opposite sides. And hopefully, your side will understand that no matter what you do, we will win.
Yeah. Maybe.
And you see him snap his fingers, and you hear as Arcunas comes and lands next to him, and his wings kind of retract back into his body.
Hmm.
Well, brother, if you don't mind going and getting the other members of your group.
No, we're doing it downstairs. We're not doing it up here. You need to explain it to all them. All the people down there. I want them to hear it out loud. We're not doing it up here.
He kind of turns back and like looks out at the city, and you can see the faintest smirk on the side of his cheek. We can do that.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite player, Matt. Welcome to this week's Middle Break. Now, does my voice maybe sound a little bit weird? It might. Does my nose maybe sound a little bit stuffed up? Maybe, because your boy is fighting a bit of a cold right now. But is that going to stop me? Is that going to stop me from bringing the noise, bringing the funk to all you listeners out there? Absolutely. Now you think a little cold's going to stop me? Is that what you think? Is that what you think of me? You think I'm so weak that a little cold is going to stop me from doing what I do? You're incorrect. Anyways, welcome to this week's Middle Break, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to this episode so far. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty of the things that you could do to help us grow our podcast. The first is subscribe, rate, and review to whichever podcatcher you use. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You're obviously listening to us somewhere, so we're there. So go to whichever podcatcher you use. Give us a 5-star review and write a little something in there too. Just a little something. Doesn't have to be crazy. Just something that shows people that you like, why you like what we do. As even further than that, why you actually like it. The other thing is follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits, on Instagram at New Crits on the Block, and on Facebook at New Crits on the Block. We are always posting content on there, audiograms from past episodes, behind the scene footage of our recording days, fan art that people have sent us. We're always posting things on there. And what would help us the most is if you could share those pieces of content to your pages as well. Just like on your Instagram, share it to your stories, tag us in a few things, tag some people you think that would like our stuff in those posts as well. Every little bit helps. We are only growing by word of mouth at this point. So your words are like gold to us. So please give us that mouth money. Oh, that doesn't sound good. I don't know about that one, but give us that mouth money and make sure to tell people and show people our podcast. And of course, one of the ways we like to give back to our community is we have our own New Crits Discord. That is right, a Discord only celebrating New Crits and their amazing, amazing fans, which is all of you. We have cultivated an amazing community over the last couple of years, and it's growing by the day, and we love to have new people come in and chat with the other cast members, with other like-minded fans. We have channels for your pets and food and anime and movies and music, and obviously about Dungeons and Dragons as well. It's a little bit of everything for everybody. So join us in our Discord today. We'd love to have you. Now you might be thinking, well, Matt, I want to do all these things that you just mentioned, but how do I get to all those places? Well, from our link tree, of course, linktr.ee/newcrits on the block. It'll get you to all the places that I mentioned, and some places I didn't even have time to mention. linktr.ee/newcrits on the block. It is your central hub for all things New Crits. All right, everyone, let's get you back into this week's episode. Thank you again for listening. As you know, we come out with new episodes every single Monday. That ain't stopping any time soon, all right? So please have an amazing rest of this week. Be kind to each other, be excellent to each other, and be safe out there. All right, everyone, we love you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
And we come back over to Awen. You see a few engineers like trying to, like, the wing is like completely broken off, and we can see with you kind of snapping it, it kind of like flipped back over on itself. And you can see a few of them trying to, like, they got their like welding guns and stuff like that, trying to fix it up.
Okay.
Are you doing anything to try to stop them, or to make it annoying for them?
Is there any like straggler?
There's one guy, like the tool pusher guy. He's kind of out there like grabbing tools and walking them back and forth.
Yeah, when he goes somewhere out of sight, oh man, I'm gonna try to like stealthily like choke him out.
Oh,
okay. Make a stealth check.
Okay, stealth check first.
Yeah.
Okay. 27.
Yeah, you sneak up right behind him.
Okay.
And then give me, I'd say, an athletics check to choke him out. Unless you're trying to think of another way.
Well, I would say it would be a dexterity.
I think that's complete horseshit.
You think so?
Like, how are you gonna choke? It's an athletics thing.
See, I don't know.
what if you're
Because
just trying to do a little?
no, I'm not trying to kill him.
But that's a dead thing.
Because
Oh.
to me, it's more of a like it's the technique more than the strength. And I think anybody would be able to make that argument.
I mean,
It's the technique, not the strength. It doesn't take a lot to choke someone out.
Why don't you just roll and see whether or not any of this is
that's
even
the-
worth
yeah, that's true,
arguing?
that's true.
Just take it easy, all right?
This is maybe worth arguing.
9 plus what would it be? Athletics?
Athletics.
14.
14. Okay, yeah, this is just like a regular worker, so I
Okay.
can see you just kind of like putting a
It's a
little.
struggle though. I'm
Yeah.
like, go to sleep. Shush, shush. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Yeah. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. 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 Yes. Lullaby and good night. And he's out.
Yeah, he rolled a 3, so
Ooh, okay.
I don't think
so I'm gonna-
I don't think it mattered.
I'm gonna go drag him behind somewhere and undress him, and I'm coming out.
So wait, I got one thing I gotta ask. He's wearing a jumpsuit, right?
Yeah.
What's the name on the jumpsuit?
Oh, okay.
On the jumpsuit,
We just love making you come up with names on the spot.
yeah,
What was this guy's
Gerald.
Hmm?
Gerald.
Yeah, his name's Gerald.
You love James.
I'm gonna
a G.
rip it off.
That's a G.
I'm
Christy.
ripping it off. Gerald is not.
No,
Okay.
you ripped
Well,
off
so much
his
of
name.
that.
Well, and also because they know I'm not Gerald,
Fair.
right?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk out and take some of the tools and some of the grease and everything and kind of dirty my face up and my hands a little bit, tussle my hair,
Always in an outfit.
and walk out. Okay, boys, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at?
Did you bring us the welding gun that we needed?
What are we looking at? Come on, it's me. It's
Oh.
me, everyone.
Yeah. Who are you?
It's me, Frankie, the head mechanic.
Louise is the head mechanic.
Louise was the old mechanic.
He's right here.
Hey, Louise, it's me, Frankie, the head mechanic.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Ooh, 15 plus. I don't think I have any persuasion. 15.
15. He's like, Frankie, doesn't seem too familiar.
Yeah, it's Frankie, baby. And I'm going to climb up the airship and kind of kneel down. So what are we looking at?
Well, we got a bent propeller right here.
That's what it's supposed to look like. Have you not got the new schematics?
No, Helium is not a last minute kind of guy.
Well, he is in this case.
So how is it going to fly with the bent propeller? Isn't that like going to offset the balance?
That's the new technology he's using.
Well, we got told to fix it. So, Frankie, we're just going to let's just do our job here. We're not engineers as far as like on the paper. We just coming out here and we fix it.
So to let Frankie, the head engineer, take care of it. What time is it?
It's like 8 o'clock almost.
You know what time that sounds like to me?
Work time?
Dinner time. And I'm going to reach into my pocket and flip out a couple gold for the staff.
Like, we're still on duty though.
Now, cover for you. Go on down to the canteen, get yourselves a nice dinner, a good old glass of, what do people drink out here? Mead. And just, it's on me, Frankie, your old pal.
You're going to have to roll for persuasion. I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
Because you toss him some money.
He also did a phenomenal job acting.
13.
13?
That was a high 13 and a 10. I flip.
Well,
you know what? You're a good negotiator. I'm going to reach in and flip them another gold coin each.
All right, well, we got to be back. We'll go get some food, but it's going to be like 10, 15 minutes. We can't be gone that long. Helium's going to get pissed. The other guy has a fucking dragon. I don't want to be burnt crisp, you know?
You see these hands?
Yeah.
You see these grizzled, greasy hands?
They actually look kind of nice for mechanics' hands. They look really besides the fake grease kind of rubbed around on there.
Fake.
Right. Not the hands of a normal mechanic, right?
Yeah.
That's how good me, Frankie, the head engineer, is at his job. You're in these hands right here. Don't you worry about a thing, my beautiful little pet.
As you're just daintily shaking your hands in their face, you see an ice pillar just shoot out of the warship where one of the cannons was. It just kind of explode out and ice spikes just go flying everywhere. And they turn around yeah, maybe we'll leave this for Frankie.
Don't worry. That's just the new ammunition that they're testing.
The AC.
I think it looks real fucked up, but yeah, you know what?
Why do you think Frankie's here to fix everything? You boys go enjoy. Again, these hands, you're in them. Feel them. Feel safe.
Frankie, I'm going to be honest. I really don't want to feel those greasy hands of yours. We're going to get down, though.
Then get out of here, you crazy kids.
Okay. And some of them just kind of walk down the ladder and start going. And you see Philippus' head pop out of one of the cannon windows, kind of the openings, and look out and see you and puts her hand up or down with her thumb up, trying to gauge on what's going on your side.
It's me, Awen.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, all right. I'm going to give her a thumbs up.
And she kind of thumbs back up and pops back in, and you see a few more ice things shoot out of the cannons.
All right.
And you do hear a little bell starting to ring at the backside of the ship.
I'm going to take that propeller piece and jam it in there as far as I can, so that it is not visible, as little visible as I can, if that's possible. I don't know the makeup of this thing, but
okay, yeah.
So that way, if they do come back, they see that it's gone, and even if they repair it, it's still jammed in that rudder.
Yeah, it's gonna
You
take
see what
a
I'm
little
saying?
bit. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's kind of my idea.
Yeah, so you go ahead and jam it in there and start to make your way. I'm guessing you're going back into the airship.
Yeah, I'm getting out of the mechanic's clothes,
Yeah.
getting back in the airship, and getting back into the parlor
Okay.
like I had never been gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you start to make your way. Catan and Leaf, you feel like a big like vibration as you kind of hear everyone like, what was that? And then you see some guards starting to kind of like rush out of the parlor, and like you kind of hear like, oh yeah, something exploded. And as they walk by,
I play off of that.
Okay.
I'm like, and this thing, it seems like
It's shoddy craftsmanship,
death
even.
trap. It means it's falling apart. And I hold up a drink as I'm saying it. I go, and is this bottle? Is this well? Is this well? I mean,
Let's add that to the list, right? Katana and I pull out a big list that I've been taking out everyone's complaints that they have not been happy with this whole time. Let's add that to the list too, right, everyone? Right, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
rubble.
the rest just says rubble. Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of the list just says rubble.
I mean, I don't even know if we should let this. I was surprised this thing even took off.
Yeah, maybe they're not even ready to have a treaty. Maybe they're just rushing things. I don't want a treaty made that's not got all the right things in place.
And then for you see like the lights kind of dim down for a second.
Oh, and the lighting doesn't work either.
Oh my
A
goodness.
spotlight shines down on the stairs as you see Helium standing there. Well, I have heard some people complaining. Who is it?
Catan,
Shove it behind my back.
Catan, like tries to like duck away.
He
Just like into the crowd, like whoop, because he knows what I look like.
I have been hearing some things that people don't think this ship flies. Well, do I got the news for you? Yes? And he clicks the button. We are going to take off now. So, all of the people that think it's not going to fly, shut up and watch the windows. As people kind of start to conjugate to the windows. Like, and all I have to do is press this one button right here.
Excuse me, I'm afraid of flying.
Shut up. You shouldn't get on a flying ship. That's what you're bad. Clicks the button as you can kind of start to feel the ship shaking and vibrating. And as you can see out the windows as it slowly starts to rise. Awen and Philip will kind of enter the same room, enter the parlor as it starts to take off as you guys see it. And you hear a few like, and the ship kind of starts to lean to the left as it still starts to pick up, but it's kind of like not flying right and very off balance. It's like, this is
So
all
are we
parts
all
of the plan.
sliding?
You're kind of like, you're it's like
tilting a little bit.
when someone takes a turn kind of sharp, everyone's kind
Okay.
of just like leaning a little bit, but it's still kind of staying afloat.
Okay.
And he's like, this is totally normal. Just a few kinks. Of course, every time you start a new invention, there's always a few little kinks. Nothing to worry about.
These been worked out before he took off.
Can we remove this man? I just had to go and talk to some of the engineers real quick. Everyone have a great time. Bye. And turns the lights back on, and you see Helium kind of rush off.
Okay, as soon as he leaves, I'm going to go back to, can you believe that? It doesn't even work.
This
The
isn't.
ship doesn't
We're
even,
all gonna die.
it's not even level.
This isn't.
Not even.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
We can't trust these people to run the country,
Yeah.
make deals for us.
That's
I mean,
terrible.
And as you guys are rebelling, Amir and Borel start to come back down the stairs from the deck. And you hear, everyone, I have a small announcement to make. My long lost brother, Borel, has returned to us all to help out with the peace treaty.
You mean the rightful king?
You should have a throne debate. Then I hide under table.
We can have a throne debate or whatever after we finish the peace treaty. For me and my brother are on opposite sides anyway, so it'll be fine. He is with the resistance, and I for the nobles.
I feel like if you call them the resistance, you're kind of sort of empowering the fact that they're going against an evil tyranny. I've never had a situation where resistance has been a bad thing. Also, your ship sucks.
Rochambeau for it.
Been like that one.
And my brother proposed that we hold this treaty amongst the people. And I'm happy to oblige. And you hear some claps and some other like, still kind of weird. It's like, so if all parties involved want to meet out, I will have a table made for us to do the peace treaty. And he looks over to you, Borel. Borel, is that okay with you?
I think that's fine. I think everybody should read this peace treaty. Maybe we should just tell them. What is in this peace treaty?
Of course. Well, let's get everyone down to the table and we can have a discussion. After a little bit, they get a table kind of set up downstairs or in the parlor, and everyone gets seated. Who is actually sitting at the? Are all you guys seating at the table, or is it just Borel and Quaylith?
I'll definitely be at the table.
Yeah. Is anyone else?
I would just be standing over them.
I think as a fellow king of the realm, I should be at that table,
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
right?
Yeah.
Royalty there. I'm just standing guard. That's it.
Okay.
I'm sticking with the people on my list.
Oh yeah.
I mean, technically, you abdicated.
True, but I still am the king. I'm the rightful heir.
figurehead.
Yeah, and you also are not currently the king. So, and by that definition, you shouldn't be there either.
But I am the representative for the resistance.
For the throne debate.
For the throne
debate.
Yes. Okay.
So everyone gets seated. You do notice that Kerrigan is missing. Kerrigan is not there. It's just
Yeah, we
Amir.
haven't seen him.
And yeah, since you guys got like he was at the announcement party and then he saw him kind of like walk in and then he's been gone since. It's just Helium, Amir, and you can see Arcuna's kind of standing behind them off to the right. So the peace treaty is quite simple. You abolish or disband the resistance, and all the bloodshed stops. We take the people out of the city, we relocate everybody to a new area, because obviously this area isn't fit for life anymore. And that's really it. All you have to do is disband the resistance, and we can move on and continue things. See, not too bad.
And leave our rightful home.
Well, yes, I will as
Our
well.
ancestral home.
Well, things change. Cities get ruined. We continue to go on.
Usually not by their own people. I'm just going to turn around to the... I assume all the nobles are there. The crowd,
Yeah.
like, does that sound all good to you? We're just going to relocate, build new homes?
Well, it doesn't sound quite what we had in mind, but he's not wrong.
What did you have in mind?
Well, we thought that...
What is your name, sir?
Oh, great. My name. My name. Why did I talk? Why did I even make a character at all? His name
Just say Gerald.
is Reginald.
Reggie.
Reggie.
Can I call you Reggie?
a lot
No,
of
but
Reggies.
I feel like you are anyway.
No, Reginald. You just said that this is not exactly what you had in mind.
Yes.
What did you have in mind?
Well, I thought we were going to try to bring kind of life back to the area, but I don't know magic that well, so I don't know how we would even do that.
Oh, no, but we could do that.
Can we?
We could. I mean, life has been taken out of this city on purpose. Did you notice? I mean, you noticed that, right? I mean, not so much like where you're living, but sort of outside the city, not really looking great.
Well,
Right.
of course, it's slowly been. The weather has been horrible lately.
Yeah. Unseasonably bad, huh?
Just it seems like it's become a desert. Some could say. Yeah.
Yeah. Never happened in our history, though.
No, even the past 10 to 15 years, yeah, it's slowly degraded into what it is now.
Yeah. And what if I were to tell you that that's on purpose?
I would not be pleased.
Right.
I would be very upset. Yeah, I like the woodlands. A lot of money.
That has been purposefully sucked of its life so that it would be more palatable to move.
And we're like, well, what my brother speaks of is quite true. You hear a hush, like, oh. And Amir kind of straightens up. I have been planning to bring back the great name of Ivanwind and Inranel by a few sacrifices, and not only that, but
A few.
to bring back our most powerful allies. And like you hear everyone kind of like hush. Dragons. And he points his hand towards Arcunis as Arcunis like arches his back and wings spread out. And you hear, oh. So yes, have I been causing some misfortune for the area? Of course. But it's to make us powerful. And then we can take our armies, our dragons, to the humans and take back our land. And then we will have the most luscious forest and whatever our hearts desire.
When he says take it back from the humans, I just kind of shuffle my plate mail like nervously.
Yeah, being the one of the only humans there.
Only human there.
Oh, yeah,
like,
Philippa, who's kind of just tucked in the back with like a cloak over her face.
fair. I'm standing at the table, so I'm like,
yeah.
Just trying to get a read on the situation. So, I mean, is the ship up in the air? It's just listing to the side?
Yeah, it's just kind of like slowly
How
like
far off the ground is it?
I'd say at this point like about 100 feet off the
100
ground.
feet.
Yeah, so it's up there now. Just kind of, it's kind of like tilting, so it's kind of making like a little bit of a circle as it's going. So it's not really going in like it's just
but like
circling the
really
city.
slow, so you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
notice it. You just keep looking outside going, I swear to God, I just saw that tower.
Yeah.
And I guess, how much time has elapsed since we left the hideout that, how much time do we think it would have taken to evacuate the city? Probably a while, but like,
Through the majority, I mean, I would probably say quite some time because you're trying to evacuate a whole city.
right.
And telling people that like to convince them to get out of the city and then to not panic at the same time, probably going to take some time.
Okay.
I mean, there's going to be mass panic.
Okay. So, all right. So, okay. Now I'm going to say. And how, pray tell, brother, do we bring these dragons back?
Well, that is simple. And he turns to Arcunis and is like, why don't you show them? And you see his head grow into a dragon and breathe fire right into the crowd.
Is he like full dragon form? Or is he
No,
just-
he would destroy the ship if he went full dragon form.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I don't- a little bit. It's okay. You're far enough away now with the new table.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can spit all you want.
Do it. I spit on you and your RP. Okay.
Good one.
Thank you.
Got him.
Got him. Burnt.